Hey everyone, my name is Jimmy, and Kate is here. She's chilling. So we're actually making a live stream right now for a rather familiar reason, but ironically completely unique. I could tell you every possible angle here as to why the position more or less forced, as opposed to we have an option of taking some very long walks and making an effort to find food, but it's not realistic, it's not healthy, and right now with the state of things, we're supposed to be quarantined as far as orders on the state and whatnot. Governor Tom Wolf, we're supposed to reside. Good morning, Panda. Chris, welcome on. Love you too. And so, believe it or not, Soul Flusher, I've been going for 5 years, but thank you very much. And I would agree, it is absolute nonsense because I ain't got no sense in my pocket. When Katie would like that one, she entertained by that one. But it's not that entertaining. It's not all that funny, because it's my life and I'm finally taking it seriously. So some people want to say that it's too late, and I think that's hilarious because like it's my life. There's no such thing as too late. Good morning, Christopher Andrex. How are you? To judge someone and tell them if they're only 25 years old that maybe their run is up. Maybe it's time all those people start saying that I'm not running, because running would include not being live on camera. So, the gaslit will get gaslit, the manipulation happens, defamation, smear campaigns. You know what? Screw it. Apparently, it's all part of their fun, and guys, that's a part of life. It's just a part of life. There are going to be people that don't like you. And I have to realize there are no people that don't like me. There are people that do not know me, because if they knew me, they would like me. And I'm the one that knows that. And how do I know that? Because as I look, I know Caitlin likes me. And it is absolutely delusional, inappropriate, and insane to tell me that Caitlin only likes me because of anything inappropriate. I mean, how far do you have to attempt to push a human being over the edge, or like literally treat them like trash or garbage just to satisfy your own ego? I don't know how far you're willing to take it, but me, I'm turning the clock. It's my clock, it's my life, it's my time, it's my energy, it's my life, it's my money. And right now, all of my money on the internet is in the hands of people it doesn't belong to, because I wanted to be nice enough to keep giving away my life for free. And that's not going to happen anymore. Carrie, I'm not a victim of anything anymore. I'm taking my life back. It's that simple. You can call me Panda or Jackson. I have no control of the name. Don't sweat it, brother. I've got you in the background because I'm making breakfast. Hey, I really, really appreciate that you're running the stream at all. For anybody, even if you're listening in the background, playing me like a podcast, it is really much appreciated that you're at least involved in the broadcast. So, thank you. Soul Flusher, I get you about the college. Here's where we sit. As far as YouTube, we're sitting on a pile of cash that we're just not cashing in on, because as I get embarrassed over and over again and insecure and gaslit, and I let everyone else tell me what my worth is, that's the only reason I don't have money in my pocket. And my channel is proof. We have over 100% retention rate, and the money is in the ad rev and in the super chat, and we're grateful for that. Now, super chat's lacking because things have gotten a bit rough, and I'm totally fine with that. But at the end of the day, YouTube never gave up on us. And every time one of our videos would get like some sort of crap because of something somebody else does, whether, fake dislikes, fake likes, fake views, no matter how many times people try to make me look like a fool, I truly believe I still have my platform on YouTube because YouTube did their research. Maybe because they have the available funding to do so. Maybe their algorithm can read it. I don't know. But either way, YouTube is the one place we've never disappeared from. And I'm grateful to YouTube for having our back, even when nobody else really does, because they all misunderstand. Well, guess what? YouTube and Google, for a big piece, they run things. And so they see the overarching image of things. And so I still have my platform. And as delusional as that may sound with things that are out there, I think everyone else is just going to need some time to watch and see that I'm right about me. Because nobody else is. Even if they might have little bits and pieces, you guys all misunderstand me. And I'm grateful for those of you who are so patient and want to believe in me, believe in who I am, and see where my life goes. Because it's not just about Kate, it's not just about me and Kate, it's also about me, it's about my life. And for a time, I was willing to encapsulate myself in a female and like just let my life be controlled by Caitlin for the sake of, trying to justify just my insecurity. Because I believed everyone else that I wasn't a good man, including my own family. Everybody is wrong about me. And they were willing to literally step in and ruin my life and make decisions for me because they are so smug and believe they know better. So for me, I'm moving forward. I'm moving on from everybody. And the only thing I'll ask of everyone is to leave me alone, because I'm done talking about anybody else, because I got a lot of time to talk about me. I got my platform. This is my life. You're here for it. I would love for Caitlin to be a part of my life and to share parts of her life with you that she wants to share with you. And from now on, that's our business and not anybody else's. One thing that my pop taught me growing up, he was two things. My brother had taught me one thing. It's a brother that he's a very, 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 very hardworking man, and he has his own family and everything. And one thing he said to me, two things he said to me, is, Jim, one day your mouth is going to get you in trouble. And what he meant by that was just, if I can't take a chill pill and focus on myself, and I just have to keep going and going and going, that it's going to create problems. And he was right. Like, he was really, really right, as you can see. That doesn't mean I have to shut my mouth, but rather I need to get better with how I use it. Be more respectful, be more sensitive, protect, stand up for people's privacy as opposed to expose it when I'm, being attacked. Because, I was beginning to get into the patterns of those people who I had witnessed on other platforms, and a woman named Bloodfire had told me something back in Florida years ago, and it's obviously, she's not even around anymore, so I can say as I please, and I'm cool. Because that's not her real name, so not being doxxed. She said to me, these people, they chase each other's tails, and they just run round and round and round, and they will bark and bark and bark and do whatever it takes to try and get you to chase your tail with them and chase their tails. And pretty much what has happened to me here is that for a very, very short time, or at least almost, I was enticed to chase the tail, to come in there and just spin around. And just figured out the metaphor in my own bio. I finally learned my lesson. And although it may look like I'm chasing my own tail to people who are on the outside and they don't see the ring of people chasing each other's tail, I was chasing my own tail for a time. And so I'm stepping out of that, psychosis. I'm stepping out of that unhealthy situation. And I'm coming to realize I was raised in and, was encapsulated by a lot of people who do chase their own tails and chase the tails of others. And so the only tail I'm chasing from now on is the tail of life. I'm just going to go out and focus on me. And I'm letting you know that Caitlin desires to come along. And, it may be her story to tell, but you got to realize there's a reason she's not telling it, and it has nothing to do with me. She's seen the way that I've been treated on the internet, and she's not interested in it right now. So if you ever really want to hear from Caitlin, you're going to have to respect me first, because she does misunderstand the internet a lot, and I'm trying to help her understand that she's safe on it. But at the same time, she hasn't seen that from me. She hasn't seen that from a lot of you guys, so she's real nervous about it. But I'm trying to help ease her into either the idea of getting on here in a comfortable way that she wants to be, or that she's not interested at all. But either way, that does not affect our relationship. And you have to understand, I'm going to ask you guys to understand and accept, out of respect to Caitlin, out of respect to myself and our relationship, in reference to you guys as well, I understand that you guys are left without closure, wondering what the heck is going on. Please realize that while other people want to force closure on us, and hey, this is how it is. Now we're gonna make a decision for you. That's just not how life works. Um, and we're making better decisions for ourselves, and we're treating one another better, and we're getting very we're building us, and we're moving on from all the people who say the way we need to live, because we survived a cult. Caitlin survived one cult, and I'm pretty sure based on my biology I survived two of them, because I don't think my family are Christians, and I can never prove it. So, and I'm not talking about my foster family. I'm in my biological family, and I can't prove that. But Caitlin and I witnessed some stuff, and we're gonna move on from it, because we are not interested in involving ourselves in small town gossip, small town drama, small town religion. All these things, other people respect them, and you are more than welcome to have your due. We are not judging you. We are saying that based on the experiences that we've had with people within religion, within small town, within these tight-knit families, that it's very toxic. And we see that very clearly. And so for us, we are removing ourselves completely and moving on with our lives. And I know that's going to be very, very difficult for a lot of people, especially, making their assumptions and, convincing themselves of whatever they have to about me just to run away from their own problems. But what I'm finally coming to believe and potentially accept is that they genuinely do not know what they're doing wrong, that they genuinely do not see it, possibly Caitlin's family included. And where I stand with that is that it's very hard to believe in the possibility that they could be this intentionally misleading. I mean, it's possible. I know people like that are out there, but I always thought they were rich and famous. I never thought that average people would behave so deceptively. Um, but what I'm finding is people will be extremely deceptive to protect themselves. And it may seem like I'm doing that. I'm not. I think there are some things in my past that like I said, I may have to own up to. But it is my prerogative to own up to them. And so long as I have the ability to get ahead of myself and make sure that I right my wrongs before someone else forces them on me. I will say that most of the wrongs that other people say I've committed never happened. They just didn't. And a lot of you will just have to come to acceptance of that. But there are about 2 or 3 things that were just really big that I'm going to have to own up to. And they were not crimes, but you might call them crimes of passion. They were things that were absolutely inappropriate and unnecessary, and I want to own up to them. So for me, I have to sort through my own mind and my own truth. And that's going to take a whole lot of patience from a lot of people as I dig through my own past, find what the truth is, find what the lies are, and then bring it to the table for you guys. Not because I owe you, but because if I truly want to rebuild this platform and be here with you guys, then that's going to require a whole lot of effort from my end to really sort through things. Because at this point in time, there are a lot of people who either assume they know, are making up lies about it, or are genuinely just confused and scared, all of which who want to frame me, you might say. Put a peg in me. And as it stands, I was willing to believe this story about my parents and about my dad. And ironically, I, at least from my standpoint, think I was believing a lie. And I don't think the lie was that one person was guilty and, or that, one entity. I think everybody involved had a little bit of guilt. And for people to sit and tell me that I'm invalid because I was confused for 21 years, 25 years, I mean, to me, that's just erroneous. So nobody else is going to sit and tell me, not to my face at least. You can say it to me in a comment. You can pay me for it because I've paid with blood. I've paid in my own life for the past 25 years, just to get to a point where no one else is tossing me around like a tool. So whether it's foster care, whether it's the belief in mental illness, whether it's the stuff online that's said about me. There's a whole lot of misunderstanding and small-minded people really, really looking to peg me, put me in a box, shake it up, and then say I'm the one that hurt myself. So, no. I say no. I'm not a victim anymore. They're wrong about me. They're all wrong about me. There might be bits and pieces that they have accurate. They might be manipulative enough and destructive enough to try and turn on me and say that I am the one who is gaslighting. I'm the one who's trying to blame my problems on everyone else. And I'm not. I'm saying that to this point in my life, because I've chosen to allow others to make my decisions for me, I've allowed others to convince me. I've been convinced, and I've let myself. This is me taking responsibility. I'm saying that I have been dumb enough to listen to other people about me. That was my mistake. I'm right about me. Everyone else is just going to have to live with that and be patient with me as you guys come to see who I really am. Ironclad, steadfast, I'm a good man. I was getting my life together around 18, 19 years old, and it fell apart because I couldn't let go of my religion. And I couldn't let go of the cult mentality that I had really been raised into, of worship the mother, worship the religion, worship the state, worship the product. For me, I'm not anti-establishment. Trust me, I'm pro-America. I love my country. I really love my country. As far as the state of how things are and where they're going to go, I have no say in that. And you know what? I might have some hunches, but realistically, I'm wise enough and mature enough to recognize that I don't have the ability to ascertain what's going on. And the reason I know that is because I see the people around me that literally cannot ascertain who I am, period. Because they don't know how much I've changed. They don't see how much I've grown. And it's like they're completely just blind to it. And I think that has to do with a whole lot of factors that I can't control. I'm a smart guy, and I was raised in a small town. My family messed things up for themselves, and so our bloodline got worse and worse and worse, you might say. And so now as I sit here without a shirt that I can even button, and I have no money, and the mistakes that I made and the choices that I've made mixed with the choices that I've allowed others to make for me, it may appear as though I am completely irresponsible, mentally ill, and trying to pass on guilt. I'm not. People are just reacting to me because they feel guilty on the idea that I might be right. And they just want me to shut my mouth because they think that that's going to free them of what they've done. I'm not here to get justice, and I'm not here to throw anything at anybody anymore. I'm just laying down the facts right now, and this is the last time. And I'm moving on with my life because it's not worth it. And if anyone decides to take action in my life further, you're only involving yourself further and forcing me into a position where I must open my mouth. And I mean forcing me, because I don't have a choice unless I were to succumb to your control of my life and the way that I should live it. And, that's just abusing my rights. So, there it is. It's hard. It's really, really hard for me. But I'm a lot stronger and a lot smarter than most people, anybody, realizes or ever gave me credit for. I'm not paranoid about it. I don't have to control anybody. I don't have to manipulate anybody. I can get my own way, my way. And all I have to do is continue to be consistent with my content. It's the only thing I have to do. And as I sit here, God works in mysterious ways, and I wonder if my microphone's even on. I wonder if this glitched out again and you guys can't hear me, or if you're just listening. Because if it did glitch out, this is the kind of stuff that happens in my life, guys, that if you can hear me, that it happens, and I can't explain it, but God always protects me. He always protects me. So I want to know, did you hear everything I just said? Because if you did, you were supposed to hear it. If you didn't hear it, then I should quiet down a little bit. And this is how I gauge whether or not I'm doing the right thing. Because at this point, I have no people to trust. So I keep looking to God. Can you hear me? And thank you for listening. We hear. Thank you, Mohill. So with that said, I want you guys to know that I don't judge any of you, as hard as it may seem, like as difficult as it may be to. Good morning. Good morning. Carrie, I'm not pretending you're not there, and you know I'm not pretending you're not there. I wasn't looking at the comments. And this, guys, this is another thing that has just happened for years. And I came to the point where I got so insecure, and I was like, no, 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 I'm not doing that. I look you in the face and say, I'm not doing it. If you don't want to believe me, like, that's your problem from now on. I mean, literally, like, that's just your problem. It's not my problem anymore. I do care a lot about you, but I can't spend the rest of my life trying to sort out who's trying to manipulate me and who's genuinely confused. If you are genuinely confused and scared that I'm lying, oh, trust me, I get it. Just relax, take a minute, let me do my job, and you'll find out in time. Or realistically, you'll never really know because you don't know me, you know? But you can learn to trust on whatever level that you're comfortable with. I create a healthy boundary and barriers between the people on the other end of the screen and on this end of the screen. And I make sure to control my environment on an interior level, because then I have no need to control my environment on an exterior level. Yeah. I don't know, you know, that's it. So why did I start this broadcast? Why are we talking here? I would love to get to the comments, guys, but you know what? Before I'm ready for you, I'm going to let you know what I need, because it's going to be the last time that I need it. And it's going to be on whoever has the most faith or belief or trust or what have you. You know, whatever angle you might come from, we say yes to all of it. We say yes to anybody who's willing to help us at this point, even if it's thine enemy. Because what I learned is I don't have an enemy. I don't believe in, I believe that there's a God, but I don't believe in the devil. I think it's a joke. That's me personally, because the only thing I see are people that I love and I care about who are willing to criminalize me or demonize me, you know, for the sake of their own ego or their belief system or whatever. And it has officially pushed me away from Christianity. And I don't know if that's once and for all, but that behavior has definitely made me say, I need a break. And I don't know. And I don't think they realize then making an excuse and saying that they're doing it for Kate. No, you're not helping her either, because you're not thinking about the way that she's thinking, the way that she sees the situation. And no matter what you do, you cannot re-brainwash her or put her back in a box. She's out of the box, and she's thinking out of it. Smart girl. You got to let her live her own life. She's 20 years old. And trust me, I'm not living her life for her. We have 2 separate beds in our hotel room for a reason. So I will say that it just worked out that way, but we are utilizing our separate space and slowly but surely taking our separate space. And the only reason I'm sharing that with you is because I care about how you feel in reference to Caitlin. I care about how you feel when it comes to whether or not she's safe. And from here on in, she is not a subject or topic of discussion. She is not a her. If you refer to Caitlin in a comment, you will use Caitlin or her name. Or, you know, I'm going to have to very politely put in the comment like, hey, her name is Caitlin. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to put the hammer down. I'm not going to judge. Because I've had it done to me my whole life and it doesn't help anybody. But what I will do is politely reproof and let you know, hey, she has a name. Caitlin is okay. And her life is her business. And throwing things at her in reference to the abuse that she has endured. Realize I've also endured abuse. It's gone both ways. But everyone wants to just exonerate the woman and demonize the man. Well, let me tell you guys, you don't know how much abuse I've been through. And it's not an excuse to say that I've been through abuse. That is insane and is very sexist. And I never thought I'd be the victim of male sexism. White male sexism. As everyone says, we are a chauvinistic, what is it? I don't even know the words. This is I don't even know about these things. All I know is I see a whole lot of people that are angry at white men. And I'm just sitting here like, holy crap, this stuff really happened to me, and people are completely oblivious to it. You know? And it's disappointing. But On a more positive note, I don't have to cry anymore about it. I'm just going to be grateful that I have the breath in my lungs. I have a great relationship with Kate. And while people judge from the outside, it's totally okay because I have so many different platforms that once someone abuses this one and gets the broadcast shut down, I'll just go live somewhere else because I'm Jimmy Soroka and I don't give up. They got live me. There's a million different platforms. I'll always find a place to live. And no matter how many times people come after me, they're just coming after my name because they're jealous of my confidence. And I get that. I really do. I absolutely get it. But while you guys think that I'm talking about my confidence and about myself and because I'm selfish, I'm doing it to defend myself. Because I have to defend my own honor in this life. Because people are brainwashed to think that because I'm a man that I like, by nature, I'm supposed to be perfect or something. But a woman can make mistakes, but a man can't. So that hurts. And that's manipulation. That's gaslighting. I'm a man, and I've been abused and manipulated my whole life, and no one, for the most part, except for the most intelligent people I know, want to hear me. So thank you for those of you that do hear my voice, that regardless of popularity bias, regardless of any of the other BS, realize that everyone deserves a voice, me included. And me speaking my own voice is not me repressing the voice of someone else. It is letting you know that I've been abused. I'm moving on with my life. I'm accepting that at this time period in history and in society, that the white man has been very repressive and suppressive of pretty much every other race, religion, and people. And so for me, I just have to swallow it and accept that maybe the people from quote unquote my race or my demographic have been very abusive and controlling and destructive. And so people are not going to want to hear my voice. So I'm sorry for simply ignoring every other aspect of this just because my feelings are hurt. Because now I'm getting it. I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it. So, as a humble man, I will do my best to put everyone else first because they have not been for pretty much all of history. I love you guys. And I get how it might be really hard to believe that. I really, really do. But I do. And so I'm going to take responsibility for myself and my actions. I'm going to take responsibility for whatever is mine. I will not take responsibility for the attack on my humanity because of my gender, because of my age, because of my religion, my former religion, or lack thereof, you might even say. Could be prejudiced against. And I'm not a social justice warrior, but I'm also not a Bible-thumping Christian. I'm not, everyone's asking me, are you on the left or are you on the right? I'm standing in the middle while everyone else is fighting, trying to involve me in their war. Or tell me, just get out of the way so we could shoot our guns. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not trying to stop you from your war, and I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying I'm not interested in getting involved. I want to live my life with my girlfriend, who I love, and we want to relax and stop being told how we have to live our life, because realistically, people are going to spend the rest of their lives trying to tell us how we have to live. It's our life. And we hope you start to enjoy watching it, because it's not your fault that you misunderstand what's going on, and it's mostly mostly not my fault that you don't know what's going on. Now hear me. I didn't say that it's not my fault. I didn't say that there's nothing I can do about it. What I'm saying is that because I did not control my own narrative from the start, because I did not pay attention to the fact that society was so slighted against me, against the religion I had followed, especially being in social media, I did not pay attention to any of those factors. I just jumped into social media, and then when things started to get bad, I literally just blamed those people. And there's maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people who are literally just like deceitful, evil human beings. And they're not my family. They're not the people that love me. They're not. Those aren't those people. But you know what? There are thousands of people right now extremely confused about me simply because I didn't stand up to one person in the beginning because I wanted to be a nice guy. And you know what, guys? Nice guys do finish last, but let me tell you something. They do finish. And when they finish, they're a lot stronger than when they started, and everybody loves a redemption story. So here's mine. Welcome to it. The past 5 years of my life may have looked terrible, but nobody has any idea the explosion in a positive way of my life, of how all of this is going to culminate and turn into the next evolution of my life. And we're ready for it. And the way that I'm ready for it is that I'm emotionally prepared to simply take on the chin anything that comes and just block out the negativity because it's not worth it. But thank you for being here with us. But with that said, like I said, even as I say, I know what's coming and I know what's been. I know what's also right now. And I'm humble enough to put myself at risk again to survive because it's not worth leaning on one more person that is going to be unreliable when push comes to shove because they're going to try and make a decision for me at 25. So funny enough, I just got a message from someone who I had asked to help us with food. So I'm going to end this broadcast, and we're coming back live at 11. I'm not sure what time it is right now. 10:50. So yeah, I'll be back on in 10. But I'm going to go see if anybody is interested in helping us get food. That is all we need. We have a full month in the hotel we're in, and then we have $20. We do not have anything else. I'm good. There were people that I could rely on, but I'm learning that it's better that I rely on myself. And we're not doing Cash App, we're not doing PayPal, we're not doing any of that. It is that we are quarantined, and we would really and we are also in the middle of nowhere, so we would really appreciate it if anyone was willing to help us with food, even if it's meal by meal. Even if you can only send us one meal, food is the only thing we want. And just as the title says, beggars can't be choosers. And because I couldn't admit to myself that in the beginning I was begging for attention, I was begging for people to do things for me because I saw everyone around me doing it. And also I was kind of conditioned to be that way so that I would never move on from my upbringing. Not for the out of the sake of love and connectedness within the family. It's just how that operates. Here I am. I'm begging for food. So if anyone would like to help, it would mean a lot because these next 3 months are going to change our lives, and the next 3 years are going to be astronomically exciting and explosive and new, and things are going to change so quick, and they're going to be cool. And then there's going to be a price to pay. And we're going to pay that price, and we're going to move on with our lives, just like most people do who are in a successful, position and live in that industry. So we don't have food. We don't have access to food. Any of the churches and things like that in the area are closed. They are closed. And really going anywhere to get help wouldn't be fair to the people that I love because it would reflect very negatively on their name. And although that may not be on me, it would affect our life in a way that's not worth it. So, like I said, I'm either way I'm doing a little bit of damage here, but doing a little bit of damage is better than either jumping back into a life that we don't belong in, or going about the neighborhood and they're good people. I love my family. I love this community. But for me, I'm making the decision to let everyone know here on live stream that they are not responsible for my actions, and they are making the right decision to protect their family and keep me out because of fear. It's not legitimate, it's fear, but it is still the right decision based on the knowledge they have at hand. So, like I said, DMs, if anyone's interested in helping us get food, we're very grateful. And after these next 3 months, we're not going to have to ask for anything pretty much ever again. There's a possibility, guys, and I want you to know that, is that I can't guarantee you. Because I finally learned that when other people get involved in our lives, sometimes it makes things worse instead of better. And so I didn't face that myself in the beginning. And so now we're at risk. Hopefully by July or hopefully by June, we are no longer at risk. And we have the ability to take care of ourselves and no one else. And not have to worry about anybody else. But then we can be here with you and provide that content. So, all right. I'll be back, guys. Probably see you at 11. It might be a bit later if we are offered food. Because food has to come first. And I finally learned that lesson. And thank you to all of you for helping me learn that lesson. Talk soon. Hey everyone. So I wanted to start off this video. I was supposed to come live at 2. I apologize, I'm a bit late. Oh, my back on this chair snapped. I wanted to start the video. Okay, can you slide this to the other side for me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see if it puts any light. There we go. There we go. Just to say, first off, my phone is getting wonky. I don't know how much longer it's gonna work. It may actually like crap out for good. I want people to understand that when I talk about these things, I'm not trying to manipulate anyone. I'm not making an effort to pressure anyone into being afraid for us, or to this, or to that. I am letting you know that I have fears. I am letting you know that these things are happening, and that there are potentials. And that yes, there are paranoia involved with those situations, because we don't know what's going to happen, and because we don't know. What I'm learning is to have confidence and know that everything is going to be okay either way. That can be very difficult to surmise, especially if you were raised to make sure you gave all the credit to, God. And so God has all the credit at the end of the day, but at the beginning of the day, he opens my eyes and he says, go do something. So I was always taught, and I was also born into the idea that if I simply, pray, that everything will work out. And I think that's true. I really do. I do think, and it's my own personal belief. It's my own personal belief that as long as we pray to God, whatever God you believe in, even if you're your own God, because for some people they don't believe in God, just that everything's going to work out. The way that it will work out, though, is going to change based on what I decide to do. This is my reality, right? I cannot speak for yours. I'm letting you know what my beliefs are. It's my belief that things will work out, no matter what you believe. For me, yeah, it's like I know everything's gonna be okay. I just know it. It's just the more work I put in, the better the outcome will be. As far as the title of this video, $75 is no buttons on that shirt. No, they're all no good. Most of them, there's like 2 or 3 that work. How do I put this? It wasn't a lie, and it wasn't an attempt to lie. Because as I sit here, I'm saying it to your face, that we have $75. That we were so scared and trying to figure things out, we didn't even realize it. We got it from people we love. So thank you. We should have at least a week's worth, if not a little less, worth of money that could be used for food. Now, with that said, not really, because the phone is where the job is. And if I'm going to choose to wait it out and get food, or use the money now, which is like a beggar mindset, we're going to use the money for our phone bill, as opposed to for food. Because if we have AT&T on auto pay, that is $45 a month, because they're doing a deal right now. The gift card is $50. Common sense says use 45 of it for the phone bill, instead of waiting and then the next month it would actually be more expensive. The Wi-Fi at this hotel we cannot use. It does not work well. And this is my job. And as delusional as everyone in the real life environment that I have had my whole life is about the idea that this is not a job because they want to see money, money, money. Well, let me tell you what, before the next person tells me that I need to put my skin in the game. Like I said, they told me it's crazy talk because I said, let me peel my skin off and put it in front of you. Here you go. Like, my skin is in the game, literally. Like, it's my life. What more do you want? And they don't see it because, a lot of people have grown up in a generation where this internet thing is a toy to them, or it's extra. And while everyone is so busy living in the past, most people do not see that this VR world, quote unquote, is moving into the present, and it is going to take over most current businesses. And I have been saying this since 2015. I've been saying it since before that. When I was a kid, I was saying, I didn't understand why everyone, had such a big deal about real life businesses. And, they looked at stuff online as it was so stupid. But even when I was 10 and 12 and 13, I was looking at miniclip.com. I was looking at these different games on there. I was looking at eBay, and I said, like, people are making money, like, they're making money making the games. Like, why am I going to school? I could sit home, I can make a game, and then I'll make money. So, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that I pretty much duped myself. I was so stupid. And as everyone else is still working, Kate, you know what? Kate has the golden ticket. Because she can look in the mirror and know that she knows better than most people around her. And I'm not talking about just me, I'm talking about herself. She's becoming a very confident woman. And nobody can stop her. You could separate us, you could ruin my life, that's fine. Can't do a thing to her, Kate. After everything she's seen, after everything she's been through, this girl has loved life. And now she's ready to love and take herself seriously and utilize her skills in the way that she wants to, as opposed to how anybody else thinks that she should. And so this chapter of my story has been about Kate. The chapter before that was about Josh. The chapter before that was about a family who cannot be named. And the chapter before that was a family that I never should have named to begin with. And the chapter before that, was just a position of mental instability and enabling. So I'm taking control of my own life. And I'm not taking control of anyone else's. And I'm sure as heck not taking responsibility for anyone else's. So, and how important is it to me that I say these things? It is so important to me that I let you guys know that the phone is not holding a charge. Because somebody's got to hear me. And now you do. Even if you don't want to. And you might not hear from me for a little bit. The phone might crap out, and we might be gone for a little bit. We might have to find a way to get food or whatever. But the part that I don't think anybody has ever counted on is that I will be back. The run is never up. It's my life. If I'm framed for crimes I didn't commit, and I go to jail, per se, right? Because all these people are manipulated and losing their minds. So I say I go to jail for a little bit. Guess who's going to be back? Me. Guess who's still going to be there sitting watching? You. I will be back. And when I am, all I'm going to do is make sure that I ignore all the people who ruin my life. I will never again let them in, and I will have learned my lesson. And if it takes me till I'm 30, well, guess what? There's a lot of lessons that can be learned in jail. I don't think that day's coming. I really don't. But if that day does come, I'm a winner, not a loser. And that's not delusion, guys. It is, I have officially learned my lesson not to trust people who skim the line and they commit crimes and hide them small time, because it's a whole bunch of small time people attacking the middle class, the legitimate middle class. And I finally see that, and I know I didn't see it too late because I'm Jimmy Soroka. I'm me. And that's confidence. It's not pride. It's not arrogance. It's not ignorance. It's not delusion. It is 100% confidence in my integrity, in my ability, and in my intelligence. And none of my haters can ever take it away from me. Ever. So you know, funny enough, maybe something bad does happen and then I have to protect myself. Well, guess what? I learned another life skill. I'm not seeing the downside here. I'm definitely seeing the low side. It's definitely a low side. I'm not delusional about that. But it doesn't matter how people think I look. My redemption story comes. But realistically, it's not my redemption story. It's just people were misunderstood about me, and then they're going to call me an overnight success. And at this point, I'm very grateful that everyone except Kate is calling me crazy. Good. Keep doing it. You know why? Because it makes me money. It makes me money. If you're smart enough to see I'm a decent guy, well, good. Let's have a conversation. If you're not, do me the favor. Keep talking. Don't stop talking. Never stop talking about me. Always talk about me for the rest of your life, because I finally have learned my lesson that every time you open your mouth about me, it's not theft. It may be theft. It may be an intellectual property violation, that you're violating my rights and whatnot. You know what? I'd rather you violate my rights and me make a paycheck than no one ever hear my voice. So, thank you for all that you do, because it's absolutely worth it. I do not support your behavior, but I definitely support mine from here on in. I support my mental health. I support my emotional stability. I support my girlfriend, but only because she needs that right now while she grows into adulthood, because she was enabled into believing that she needed a man to take care of her, and I was actually the one who told her she didn't. So, and yes, it is me, my. It is. It is. It is. Yep. It's a whole lot more than that. And if you can't see past that, then it's unfortunate that we just won't be able to be we can't be friends, we can't know each other. I don't see you as my hater. Anybody that cannot see past all of the blinding that's been done to them, see past all of the BS that's put in front of them, then, I mean, they're emotionally, mentally insecure and unsecure, and they are a risk to our country. They're a risk to their neighbor, and as we continue to attack one another, then people sit and they wonder why the government wants to take our guns. I may not agree with the decision that's coming. Doesn't mean I don't support it because of the behavior that I see in people. You know, the death threats, the psychotic behavior from people, and I'm not talking about myself. I have been minimally bad compared to a lot of the people who have given me problems. And they've all gotten away with it. And I think in the future they will continue to get away with it, because I think the state of things online, things have to be shifted and managed without needing to maintain control. Like, it has to be done in a way where people feel free. And I support that. I understand that, and I get why they're doing it. I get that. So I'm not going to break the illusion for you. I'm not here to satisfy your conspiracy theories. I'm not here to, fantasize with you about crazy, strange gods anymore. I'm just going to move on with my life in a rational, fashionable sense, with normalcy and stability, and move on beyond the small town mindset that I was born into. So, believe as you may, don't take it as an insult, because it's just a self-defense. It's not an attack. I'm defensive against people who threaten my intelligence and threaten my life because their pride is hurt, and then they want to kill me for their God. Please step off. We're going to move forward, and we're going to focus on the people who genuinely care, utilize their intelligence, and value their neighbor, and truly love their neighbor the way that we really should. So, we're going to love our neighbor now. As far as food and whatnot, we're going to figure that out. And we are going to figure that out. Maybe with or without your help, I don't know. But at this point, the only stuff ending up in my DMs are people with genuine mental illness who do want to help me, but they don't necessarily realize, I don't think they realize what they're doing. And if they do, then they're evil people. But I mean, that's lunacy for me to take it to that level. You know, to believe that someone mentally ill is trying to hurt me. I mean, it's possible, and I guess people do it, but it's just a realm that I'm not willing to delve into. And so, as much as we appreciate those who are reaching out to help us, help yourself. Help yourself, because we're going to have to learn to help ourselves too. And we're not going to, we're not going to be enabled by the government. We love our government and we appreciate the help, but we are not going to receive more help than we need. And at the same time, we are willing to reach out to healthy people if we can find them. I really don't know what we're going to do. Like we don't know. But we're going to take a breath. We're going to stay put. And we're not going to hope for the best. We're going to plan for the best and prepare for the worst. Because prayer is where intelligence starts, at least in my opinion. Getting smart starts with asking God to get smart. We can ask God for whatever we want, but if you ask him to teach you how to do things yourself, that's what I asked him for. Give me more than I can handle. I guess God, was playing an April Fool's joke on me. Hey, Jimmy, there's no such thing as something you can't handle. I mean, I can't fly. I can't reverse gravity. There's obviously certain things that it's not, at least it's not in my hands right now, right? Who knows what the future of science holds. But as it stands right now, everyone has their skill. And, you got people who spent their whole life acting or doing media. You got people who, were raised to be an electrician. You have people that were raised to be a homemaker. Everybody kind of has their thing, right? And some people are on a basic level, some people are on an expert level, some people are on a master level. We all can admit that I am not on a master level when it comes to media. And I have spent definitely a good 50,000 plus hours working in media over the past 5 years. And I am still middle class at it. The struggle I run into is that my expert skill is reading and understanding people and working through my own mind to remain honest with myself. And that's a skill that I have. But what I'm learning is that skill is interior, and it's something that no matter what I try, I could never impart it to you. I could never teach it to you. I can't help anybody. The one thing that I'm best at, I can't give it to anybody. Just the only thing that I can do is put it on camera, and hopefully anyone that values the way that, I think in life or whatever will implement it themselves, but in their way. Don't make a cult of it. Don't make a religion of it. Realize that every human person has to be complete within themselves on some level. And those of us who need to go to God or to church or what have you, that's everyone else's, that's your prerogative. That's your freedom. God bless America. That's your freedom to do as you please. It's important that we start realizing if we are not sensitive to one another, regardless of our beliefs, whatever those beliefs might be, we may not have those freedoms to enjoy for very long. And that is very apparent. I support the freedom to express religion and to express speech and whatnot. But when it is abused, do not complain if it is taken away, because that is just what a responsible parent does. So, thanks for stopping in. We're going to order some food with our own money, and we're going to wait this out. And we're going to pray and hope and ask you guys if you'd be willing to help us with food. Because your belief that watching a human being die makes you in any way deserve breath in your lungs. Well, the platforms themselves and the companies that listen through the microphones in the phones that you have, they already know who you are. The day for hiding is up. So understand I'm not the one trying to hide because I'm live on camera talking about my problems. Peace out. Good luck, guys. Relax. If you see something you don't like, if you do seriously get to the point where you can't handle it, just step away.
Okay.
I told you, I'm officially done. I don't care anymore. We need an income. I do not care what people have to say or the lies that they want to spew. The web is officially getting unraveled. So, you can talk to them if you want or whatever you want to do. Hi guys, I'm Jimmy.
I'm Kate.
And we ate today.
Yes, we did.
It's a good day.
I don't know.
And we came to chill with you because we have officially worked in some Periscope live times to specifically come visit you guys a couple days a week, which is really good. Sorry, I'm too sexy for you. I'm too expensive. So are my farts. This is Periscope. Periscope and Snapchat are the two places we could be free flow.
Yeah.
That's what I say. We don't know.
And thank you for the hearts.
Just making friends.
Cool. I had a question that I wanted to ask on YouTube the other night.
Thank you, Kate, for redirecting. I was going to go down that road. I was going to make some bad jokes. Thank you.
And I was going to ask this question on YouTube the other night, and we are having so much fun over on YouTube they didn't get the chance to ask it because we were talking about other things. It was awesome. If you were a lizard or a dragon and you were shedding your skin, what would you want your skin to shed as? Like if it could be like gold or like diamonds or something, like you shed your skin and it comes off as like diamonds or gold or like, I don't know, like, or like licorice or like fruit roll-ups. What would you want your skin shed to be? I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day.
You're gonna laugh at me.
What?
I would want purple, sparkly scales, but like royal purple. And if anybody laughs at me, I'll just blow fire on them. Nobody will mess with me. I'll be a pretty dragon.
Yeah.
But not pretty like girly pretty, just like a masculine, like I don't know how to describe masculine pretty. How do I describe that? Like I don't mean
like deeply handsome.
Yeah, like handsome, but in like a semi-androgynous sense. Like I have no, sexual interest in men, but at the same time, there are certain aspects of femininity within the culture of fashion that I believe could definitely be utilized in a masculine fashion in a beautiful way, in a really cool way. But,
like boys, I wish guys still wore those high boots like the Middle Ages that you see in the movies or like musketeers and whatnot wear. I wish boys still wore those.
Yeah. Or remember that suit that Ron Weasley wore at the ball?
Yeah.
I think those are dapper. That's just me. I think those are dapper. Listen, my balance is sometimes lizards eat their shed, so I would want mine to be a different flavor each time. That is awesome. I really like that one because purple is grape. You know I love grape.
You do love grape.
That'd be really cool, though. You could have rainbow scales.
Ooh.
As they shed and whatnot.
It could be Skittle flavored.
There you go. Or you could just pick each one whatever you want to eat that day of the week. You could pick and choose. Oh, boy. Okay, then. How are they doing? Do you send them postcards? You send them a gift card to TJ Maxx. I love TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx is pretty cool. I want my scales to be like emerald color.
You really like emerald, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. You would like Pokemon Emerald. That's a fun game. It goes from Rayquaza. It's like this big dragon.
Wait, is that the big dragon?
It's a big green dragon.
Huh. Oh, I don't know the big green dragon. I've seen a different dragon.
Or are you thinking of Gyarados?
Yeah.
The blue one? That's like OG. That's my time. How's everybody doing? You're all so quiet. We had a lot of chat going on YouTube. Periscope is the last place I expected it to be quiet. Guys, everybody's unblocked everywhere on every platform. I know I literally didn't even get a chance to say that yet because we've just been focused. But it really is to a point that I don't really care what people say anymore because it's like, how do I put this? Like, I know who I am. And I mean, it's come to the point where my own family is convinced that I'm a bad person. I mean, they know that it's not true, but it's like I let everybody else make my choices for so long, and then I didn't get on top of my own choices, and so now my life looks really bad. But so long as I remain consistent, as long as we remain consistent in the healing of our relationship and in the healing of our income and our job, which people say doesn't exist, I'm sorry, but it does. The money's there. It's just I have embarrassment after embarrassment. I delete my videos. And so now they're staying. And so the income will come slowly but surely. I haven't lost my skills. I've gained skills. But it's like every time I would start to implement new skills, then something would come along or I trusted the wrong person. And I mean, now we're just doing our own thing. And it's good. And it may get a hiccup here or there. But now we're being careful and we're being much more responsible with the platforms themselves. So,
yep.
No more gaslighting for us. We're not going to get manipulated any further. We've made our mistakes and we're moving on. And hopefully everyone will come to terms with it. Guys, most people are wrong about me. That's just how it is. And we're all going to move on together. And we hope that you guys are going to be here for the show.
Yep.
So you're going to get, as our platform starts to build, you're going to get very, very bored of the people who talk about me. And you're going to be like, well, I want to go talk with him now. And it's already happening over on Instagram. It's happening on YouTube. Since things started on Periscope, I think Periscope is going to be the last place for people to shift back over, mostly because it is parents and things like that. It's a lot of parents who, for the most part, can be very controlling and out of love, but they think they know better for their kids. And guys, we love you. Guys and girls, we love you. And we're very grateful that you're watching over us. And I apologize if some of the things that I say hurt your feelings. I have a lot of my own just hard feelings on a lot of what's been done to me. It's a lot of confusion for me. And so I distrust a lot of people. And I also distrust certain institutions that I used to follow. And I love my country. I'm an American, but I'm not on the left or the right. And so people are they just want to toss me out like garbage. And it's really disappointing because that just sounds like Nazism to me. Like when a human being doesn't fit our box, that doesn't fit their use, that all of a sudden that person should just be discarded. As we say, we live in a free country. People are acting like Nazis. And then, I literally had a woman on the street screaming at me, calling me a Nazi. I was like, I'm the one that's not. Like,
She was a bit off her rocker, though.
Yeah, that's true. Caitlin and I have had our stuff. And I think a big thing that we work through is just realizing how difficult it probably is for people to see who I am, especially at the end of everything, I made a mistake that was, actually really bad, whereas everything else was pretty much just negligence. And I mean, with you, it was negligence, but it was like on a super, super unhealthy level. It was just, I didn't want to have to break up with you. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You were clinging to me, not the other way around.
Yeah. Even
now, you hide away from the screen. And if you don't want to be on it, all you have to do is say so. And I love you. Okay, but I'm letting you know how it looks. It's not me, guys. I tell her so many times, like, if you don't want to be on here, it is okay. If you want to leave me, it is okay. Like, I will survive. I will be okay. I say this to her. I've been saying this to her for 6 months. There's the door. It's okay. Like, go live your life. I swear to you guys. And Caitlin can attest to it. I've been saying it to her for a long time. She wants to be here. And people are like, there's no way she can love a foster child who Guys, I'm a human being. Sorry to say, but some of us come out messed up and we end up doing more than most of the people who came out normal. That's how it is. All right? Normalcy is sometimes a crutch. I'm grateful for my suffering. And And a whole lot of people are about to find out how much I'm capable of in a very good way. Phone is not all that great. So, guys, things are good.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to go turn on the light?
Sure. Don't be afraid, guys. Fear will destroy you. Trust me, I know a thing or two about that. Fear will take you to hell in a handbasket. It's not worth it. It's really not. I love you too. Yes, guys, I see the gap here. I'm not stupid. I didn't for a long time. I hope you guys believe it. For a really long time, I did not see the gap between the two of us. I was completely delusional. I had my own stuff. But at the end of the day, I did make a promise. Okay? So I'm honoring my commitment. And she's willing to forgive me. So we're moving on.
Yeah.
I was a good man for starters. So for anyone out there who might want to paint the narrative that Kate saved my life, or what else? That like I had this is my redemption story. I had to start. I really have had a lot of people hold me down, and I believed I wasn't worth more. And I had no examples in my life of the idea that I was worth more. But now I know it, and no matter how many psychotic middle-aged Christians abuse me, I'm good. And I am not blanket statementing the entire religion. We're just having a conversation. And I'm talking about the people who have abused me. So to those of you who stand well for your religion or lack thereof, thank you for being a decent human being and not treating me like garbage because I don't fit into your Nazi regime. Because this is America and it's a free country. And if you don't treat it that way, we might not have it for long.
Yeah. By the way, thank you for the super hearts.
Thank you for the super hearts, yes. And I'm not a victim. It might sound like victim mentality. It's not. It is me letting everyone else that has done bad to me own that. I own my own mistakes, and we all move on. We all move on. Everybody deserves to move on from this crap. Everybody's sick of it. So, yeah. Everybody just wanted me to be the poster child. And I think everyone had a lot of good intentions for me in the beginning. I think they really did. I just felt so much pressure. And it wasn't your fault, any of you. The pressure that I felt on screen was not your fault. Not even my haters. Wasn't any of your fault. It's just pressure that was engineered into me growing up. And then I took it out on you guys because I felt comfortable and safe. And I was also being attacked by certain people. And as the bandwagoning started, I was just terrified. I didn't know what to do. So anyway, Slonky, welcome on. How are you? All right, they hear me. The hearts tell me they hear me. I don't need to suck on it. I can just relax. Okay. I'm grateful. I'm just grateful. I accept your apology. Thank you.
Is it for you guys, is the screen going from like a orangish color back to like a...
Oh, it's the phone. The phone is crap.
Oh,
it may be doing that for them in a little bit.
I think it's cool. It's like
is.
We're in a party.
We're having a party. Said, yeah, Slonky. Sweet.
That's cool. So
keep the hearts pumping. They might be doing it. Because I noticed when hearts aren't pumping, it's not doing it. Oh. If you stop tapping the hearts, I'm curious to see if it's the hearts or not. Anyway, I want to control you. No, seriously, Kate. It's like when you get on here, you get like I got control. I did get controlling because what happened was things started to go well, and then my own life's narrative was in the hands of other people and just started getting spun out, and I was trying to take control of it when I could have just relaxed. It would have been just fine. I'm just coming to accept that things are better. And like, I know it, but it's been so long. It's been very long since my life hasn't been in shambles. So, it's all good, Kate. I don't need the attention. I do love you. Thank you for making your bet. You trying to love me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I reject love because I feel rejected. You know that feeling.
I do. Very much.
So what's up, everybody? What are y'all up to? Why don't we tell you what we're up to? What are we up to?
We were able to eat today. That was very good.
Yep. Thank you for the meal.
Thank you.
To the individual who sent us a meal, we are learning to leave it off screen and allow it to be a temporary gift, because I'm trying to help people see that this is temporary and we are not going to lean on anybody else longer than need be. We're gathering our resources and keeping consistent with our content. And after about 3 or 4 months, we should be just raring to go for the rest of our life. So long as we remain consistent with the work. It's not residual income. Yeah. We have to keep working, but we will keep working. And just the fact that we're here in front of you, it means a lot to us. Katie, guess what?
What?
I find your nose sexy.
Thanks.
Do you believe me?
I do.
I really do. That's one of the things I liked about
you. I know that's the first.
Remember, I told you.
You like my nose, and I was like, "What do you mean you like my nose?" So you're just like, "I love your nose." I'm like, "Oh."
And you were one of the only people that was ever honest to me about my nose. Like, yeah, it's crooked, but you like me. You say I'm beautiful. That's what you say. So that means a lot to me, because everyone always just wanted to say, "No, it's perfect the way it is," or "It's gross," and they're both wrong. I said, "No, it is crooked, and I want to get it fixed, but I'm still good looking." I just always want to be told the truth. I like you.
I love you too. This is wonderful. So wonderful.
We are wonderful.
We are wonderful.
The situation is nice. What's even greater is that we as people are getting along.
Yeah.
And we're not using things to get along anymore. It's still tough. Guys, we still argue.
Yes, we do.
We still try to control each other.
Yeah.
It's just a lot better than it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I forgive you. Hurt people hurt people. Heidi says, "Whoa," says Josh. Hey, Josh. My nose is in a face-sitting accident. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look how pretty I am. I'm so pretty. Did you see me? Did you did saw me? Okay, so I'm so pretty. I'd love to learn more about I Shall Return When Spring Shadow Trails. That's just to creep people out. God's honest truth is I'm so tired of all the paranoid conspiracy theory people who keep chasing after me and giving me crap in my life. And so I literally put that in all my bios just to control people. Oh God, I'm seriously gonna get so screwed by people. Guys, I'm not. Oh.
When he put in his bio, he's like, "I'm just doing this to." He didn't say to troll, but that was basically.
Oh no, just to mess with people. Yeah. God's honest truth. I'm not a bad person, because I know the people that aren't paranoid or who aren't trying to give me crap aren't going to focus on it. But all these people that are building these fantastical ideas about me, I'm putting in my bio just for them. Just for them. Hey, here you go. You want more? And here's why. I'm going to explain this, and it's going to freak you out. It is absolutely going to freak you out. I thought this is going to be my secret forever, but I don't care anymore, because it's just weird stuff. And, we're not part of a cult or a religion, and we don't know who was or who wasn't in my past, but there's just so many things that come together, and it's just the weirdest thing in the world. And the reason I have no problem with saying it is because I know it ain't true. Okay? People, my brother said, "Well, your mouth will get you in trouble." Yeah, unless I'm just talking about weird stuff nobody really cares about. But it's interesting to embrace unique coincidences, because it is a coincidence. So, I was abused in a place called Wapwallopen, Pennsylvania. Now, Wapwallopen, Pennsylvania is in the middle of nowhere, and there was a man who was one of the youngest men to graduate Harvard in the world, and supposedly brought one of Hitler's children over to America from one of his older marriages, or I don't even know. And he was a doctor. He was like a prenatal doctor or like a birthing, something like that, in that area. And he was the leader of a cult, of a Wiccan cult. called Cult of the Kata, which was worshiping Bastet, which is an ancient Egyptian god. And so this man ran this cult, and he had all women in it, whatever. And my mother's name is Kathleen. My foster mother's name is Kathleen. My surrogate mother, who kind of stepped in after my foster mother's name, it's another word for cat, because Kathleen, Caitlin, Caitlin is the origination. That's the spookiest part. And now I'm dating a Caitlin, and Caitlin is like the original. Like, Caitlin comes from cat, and Kathleen comes from Caitlin, and Karen comes from Caitlin, and that all comes from cat. And it's just the creepiest thing. And I never knew about any of this until we went and visited my mom.
It was really creepy. He was like looking some of the stuff up, and he was just like,
and
I'm in the tent, and Jimmy's just like, Caitlin, it's just information. It's okay. And I'm like, it's freaky. And he's just like, it's okay.
Because in life, especially if you have like a lot of energy in life, I don't know about this stuff. These are assumptions. Like, I'm going on assumptions. Is that history can repeat itself to a degree. And I would say on some degree, history has repeated itself.
Yeah.
And so we're stepping away from that. And part of being able to step away from that unhealthy cycle and that unhealthy circle is realizing, one, that all those ideas are absolutely nuts, and more than likely it didn't happen and it's not real. But at the same time, acknowledging that there are people out there who may believe it's real. And so we must respect them, humbly, realizing that there are people out there who believe some fantastical things that have a lot of power. And I don't mean like spiritual power. I mean like actual power in life, whether their religion is Christianity, whether it is Wiccan or what have you. A lot of times, especially looking from the outside, you see one set of people are fighting with another and think the other one's bad and they're good. But when we're standing on the outside, as soon as we stepped out of religion, period, we started getting attacked by everyone within religion that we know, like being ostracized and really just treated poorly, as if we're like some sort of piece of meat or an object. And for me, wherever God exists, I can tell you guys, we are not here standing against religion. We are saying that whatever's going on is there are so many people treating us poorly that it's very difficult to believe that their code is accurate. So if we're ever going to join a church, if we're ever going to subscribe to a religion or find where we want to be in life, I mean, we got to see the results. And I learned that from my haters. That's something my haters taught me, is that if you don't see results, don't buy it, don't believe it. And ironically enough, it's all the people that have been telling me, that I need the pills, or that I need the church, or that I need the cult of the family, right? Or I need a woman, right? Those people are all the reason that I stepped away from all of it and ended up getting healthy. I think there's a lot of people that need medication to save their lives. There's a lot of people that need religion to save their lives. Seriously, there might be. I don't have the answer on that one. Medication, definitely. Religion, maybe. A relationship, maybe. These are my opinions. That's it. They're my opinions. All right? Opinions. I'm making that clear. I am not pressing it upon you. Regardless of what you feel, think, believe, I'm not judging you. And if you judge me, you're not helping me believe whatever you believe any better. So for us, we stand in the middle and we're trying to be careful and figuring out where we want to step next. And that's going to be based on what and who we can trust. Because right now, trust is rather slim. But it is really cool to spend time with people and hopefully enjoyably. You're okay, I'm just stretching. But hopefully it's enjoyable. So, Kate, please sew Jim's shirt. That's not necessarily her job. I could learn to sew my own shirt. And that is the biggest thing that we have learned from everyone, is that true equality between men and women is like very slim. And it is so programmed and brainwashed into us. I didn't realize that. Seriously, guys, I didn't realize how much I had been trained to be a chauvinist. Caitlin's story is her half of the story. But I can't speak on your half, but I know it's true. And I am trying to coax it out of you.
Yeah.
But you know what, Kate? Look at me. Nope. Look at me. You have no obligation to me. None. I love you. You don't have to worry about what they think. They don't exist in your world. It's my world. It can be yours if you want it. Just be careful what you ask for, because I had no idea what I was asking for. So.
All I'll say is I didn't realize how much I was programmed to see a man as a meal ticket. I never wanted that to be.
Now, do you understand? Do you understand why your father was confused?
Yes.
Because he gets that idea. He understands that perspective. I didn't have money for meals, period. So as you can imagine, he was rather confused. As you can imagine, you saw me, because not only are you in the lower generation, you're in the generation that sees the media and the value of the media. And you also saw my integrity as a person. And then you saw I was damaged. But that was the part that caught us. Yeah. And I was blind to your damage because you had all those crutches. But then we figured it out.
Yeah.
Do you want some? No sugar water? No? Do you want it? I know you. I love you. I hope you feel better.
It's just because I'm smiling and I like smiling, but because of my tooth, it's.
I just realized. Look at him. Look at this. They don't care. They're chilling.
Cool.
Muted by moderator. I didn't even know we had a moderator. So it's good. No, keep watching. Here's the biggest thing. Here's the biggest thing I'm learning is that I move at a really fast pace. Caitlin moves a little bit slower than me, but she's catching up. She's getting faster. She's training up. But the next big piece of it is realizing and finally accepting that, and this is something we had talked about a whole lot, was, well, we go and we work, we do our work day, quote unquote, our work day, and we're doing all our stuff online. Most of the people out there, we have regular cable television here in the hotel room. And it's like the same shows are on every day, the same commercial. Like, we never see the same thing day over day for the most part.
Yeah.
Even advertisements on social media, it's like something brand new every day. Whereas most of the people on this platform are people who do pretty much the same thing day in and day out every day, and they come home and they relax. Whereas for us, our life is at a hyper pace and it changes every single day.
Yeah, it's like the past, when I went to high school, the 4 years went by in a flash, but it still felt like a decent amount of time. Like, it still felt like 4 years felt like 1 year kind of thing at the end of it. But this past year and a half feels like a decade has gone by because we've moved so quick.
Yeah. And I think the biggest lost in translation piece of it is really just how things look like on screen and on the outside as they continue to try and prove everyone else wrong. I mean, I know they're wrong. I'm not going to prove it anymore. So I just step back. I think you need these comments off because I see you reading them and getting lost in it.
I'm trying to glaze over them and not even look.
Just look at yourself. Okay. Literally look at yourself. Don't even look at me. Look at yourself.
Okay.
You like how you look? I like how you look. You're a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Don't get self-absorbed. Just know that you deserve confidence. That's all it's about. And sometimes when the noise is that loud, this is what I did when I was a kid. Put your headphones on. You just put your headphones on and move on with your day. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And we're not saying you guys aren't worth it. That's not what we're saying. It's just we realize that it's going to take you guys a really long time to come to terms with everything. And there may be further action taken by liars and misunderstanders to try and thwart our efforts and convince you otherwise. But even they're wrong. And it might take that much longer. But you know what? God willing, I got a good 100 years in me. My biological mom did one thing. She made sure I knew how long I would live. So for how long I'll live, I got plenty of time to help you guys see that I didn't do all that much wrong. So made plenty of mistakes. We're not arguing on that, but What's up?
Um,
Did you want my finger?
no, I'm biting the hearts.
Oh my gosh, you're adorable.
Um,
I just wish people would stop being so crazy and jealous and weird. Because I really do miss just talking to people. Seriously, it was so nice in the beginning when everything was just normal. We could just open a conversation. It's really nice. And we're going to get back to that. It's just disappointing that I'm going to need a whole lot of social clout for people to start bandwagoning for me, like in my favor. I don't like that. I would like for you guys just to see now that I'm normal. So, but I have to admit to myself that you guys need time to heal. A lot of time to heal. And so do we. We need some time to heal.
I'd say so.
But we're starting to realize we need a lot less time to heal than you guys do. But we're here for you, and we're not going anywhere. So, just take your time, take a breath, and slowly but surely you'll change your mind. We're seeing it happen day by day. So what do you think, Kate?
I
What do you want
think.
to talk about? Because you were supposed to be the one talking.
Well,
Thanks, BF Kisses. We appreciate that. We're
Thank
working
you.
very hard. I'm a giraffe.
There's a Skittles commercial where the giraffe is eating the rainbow and then it's milked and it milks out Skittles. It's really cute. You know what's kind of funny is when I was.
I'm low-key in love with Kate. She goes, thank you.
Aw, you're so sweet. I'm almost as awkward as you. Aw,
Awkward can be good.
yeah.
Kate, recognize low-key shade and just push it off.
Okay.
Like psycho manipulation level 10,000. Just trust yourself and push it off.
Okay.
Look at me. You are absolutely gorgeous and indestructible. I already know it. You're just learning that about yourself.
Yeah.
You're learning. Just be careful because if you put your guard down, then you become destructible. Don't be paranoid. Just be careful.
It's actually kind of funny because I love giraffes. I didn't used to like giraffes, but like over the past like 3 years of my life, I've fallen in love with giraffes. And so whenever Jimmy goes through my ear and he's like, "I'm a giraffe," I'm like, "Giraffes." So.
And she cuddles up to me like a cat. Ironically.
I do.
That's adorable.
And it's like with the whole like thing with what we learned with his biological family. It was kind of like I was like, can I not be a cat? Like act like a cat? No, I need to act like a human. But sometimes like cuddling.
I love you too. I think in time, here's what I think. I think that it was just so hard for me to believe that my family was just jealous and against me, like my own mother was jealous of her son. I mean, that blew my mind. But when she had said to me that she was sick of me in less than a week, kind of sunk in. Something was off. So we walked away.
Yeah.
We walked away. Tried our best. I had a hunch that we were being recorded and whatnot. I don't know if we fully were, but it's like you think you can love somebody and try to reach out to them. I mean, at this point, we've been betrayed by all these people who say they're so honest and I'm dishonest. And now we're just saying it how it is. Is that, I mean, we're the ones literally being betrayed and having things done behind our back. And then people turning around and saying that we're the bad ones. All right, well, here's our integrity. We're letting you know just where we stand. And that's it. And we're not looking to take it any further. We're just moving on with our lives. So, and it's important that we do that slowly, but at the same time stay focused, because there are a lot of people who would love to just drag us into their past, and it's not possible, and it's never going to happen. And we're going to keep moving forward. And I think for you, it's difficult to believe I get that, but you don't realize how little power they have. You don't. I'm letting you know they're not all that. They don't. Think of it this way. It's power in numbers, but when they gather, think of it this way. The things that they understand and the level of knowledge they have is the same for all of them. They can only think on so high of a level, and you can't take 100 people of middle intelligence, slap them together, and then all of a sudden they have the ability to think on a higher scale. It's just they're thinking on middle tactics. And while you and I are on level 4, they're sitting on level 2. No matter how many level 2 people you put together, it's like 1 times 1 times 1. You're always going to get 1.
Yeah.
And we're on that higher vibration. We care about people. Just focus on it. Because it's not them trying to pull us down. It is they are genuinely confused about us. And we have to story and take charge of our narrative. And with that said, talk about taking charge of our narrative. I still did most of the talking this time. And you know what? It's my broadcast to start with, so that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It's our broadcast, but we're trying to involve Katie slowly but surely. But I kind of just threw it in and said it's ours, but she didn't really earn it. And that was a farce gift. It wasn't helpful to her.
Yeah.
I do want her to have half of it. I genuinely do, but only if she wants it. But you can't just go and do it after, all the time that I put in. She has to learn how to do it. We have a blog post that we're going to put up right now over on Patreon. Caitlin is the one doing the blog. We have a couple more posts yet from our old Instagram photos, just descriptions of the past that we're putting up. And then Caitlin is doing a daily blog over on Patreon.
Yeah.
So it's patreon.com/feedpeace.
And for right now, the blog is going to basically be about us and over the past 1.5 years until I get that caught up. And
then there's our narrative.
And then once that gets caught up, then.
And we'd love to be giving it for free, but you know what? People didn't listen to us even when we told them what it was. So now if people want to know the truth, they'll have to pay for it.
Yep.
And that's not our fault. We've just learned that when people are given something for free, they often abuse it. Trust me, I got plenty for free and I abused it. So sometimes things have to cost the price. That's just life. All right. Love to read it, says Slonky. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in. And we appreciate you, all of you who are continually in support of our healing relationship and the moving forward of our career. And we look to support society when we get to a place where we're supporting ourselves first.
Yeah.
We're finally putting ourselves first. So I'm going to turn the heat down.
Okay.
Do you want to keep talking to them? The blog is supposed to go up now, but it can wait 5 minutes if you want to talk to them.
I don't have anything to say tonight.
So it was okay that I talked?
Yeah.
Okay. When I get anxiety, I talk more. And so I felt anxious that I was talking over Kate. And so then I talked more. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.